Hey folks, how are things? It's Erika again, and it's nice to have you back on my YouTube channel. Today, I will keep on doing the thing I'm good at, namely making money on binary options. And I'll show you how to do it. Do watch this video up to the end, and you're sure to find out a lot of good stuff. In the description below this video, you will find a link to my Telegram channel, where you can ask me any questions you have. Besides, you will find a link to my private Telegram channel there, where I share my daily trading signals. Send me a direct message in my private Telegram channel and get my personal link for PocketOption registration, which will give you a 50% bonus on your deposit. Now, let's go to PocketOption and let's get going. British pound Australian dollar currency pair is already open on my chart, and I open a downtrend for 1 minute with $300 in. I made my decision after receiving signals from the indicators that I will work with today. The main point for me was the data from the stochastic oscillator indicator, because its lines being in the zone between the levels of 180, which is also called the overbought zone, occupied a horizontal position while the price was growing, which became for me a signal of a possible price decline. The second indicator that influenced my decision was the Arun, which red line, responsible for the downtrend, despite its decline, was above the level of 50, while the blue line, reflecting the uptrend, was at 0, from which I concluded that the downtrend still prevails over the uptrend. And my trade brings the first profit of $270. That's right, technical analysis helps us to make a profit very easily. But in addition to technical analysis, there is, as you know, also fundamental analysis. And let's look at it today and think about whether it is possible to use it when trading binary options. And so, fundamental analysis is the study of the main factors affecting exchange rates. Thanks to this method, the forecast of the markets is based on real facts. In the meantime, I'm opening another downtrade for 1 minute with $300 in. To decide on this trade, nothing can be changed significantly so far. The signals from the indicators did not change and yet showed me a possible price decline. Even the Arun indicator has not changed its position. The only moment that gave me confidence in my choice, oddly enough, was the price reversal from the average line of the Donchian channel indicator. From my practice, I noticed that very often after such bounces, the price return lost position, sometimes to continue the trend and sometimes to make its reversal. However, most often there is enough time in 1 minute to make a profit in such moments. And as you can see, the price is steadily going down and the trade is completed and brings us another $270 of profit. My experience, and again, the indicators do not let me down. This cannot but please. And thanks to fundamental analysis, it is possible to understand not just the technical reasons for the market movement, but also the force pushing prices up or down. Understanding the basics of fundamental analysis of binary options will help increase the efficiency of your trading to a new level. In the meantime, I am opening another downtrade. The amount is still the same, $300 for 1 minute. See what's happening on the market since we're trading on the M2 timeframe today. On the one hand, the indicator signals practically do not change, at least for such a short period. Stochastic also gives me a signal about a possible price decline, and the Arun lines have changed a little while maintaining a signal about a possible dominance of the downtrend. But now, we are not in a hurry. We are watching and we see that on the one hand, there is a price rebound from the lower edge of the candle, which can indicate a possible increase, but on the other hand, the signals from the indicators do not change and continue to show a possible decline. All I have to do is choose the best entry point into the trade and take the profit, which is $270. As you remember, in binary options, timely opening of a trade is of great importance, not earlier, not too late, which is precisely based on the data received from the technical indicators. But in order to use the fundamental analysis of binary options, a trader must study the economy of the country whose country they are interested in. Changes in inflation, GDP, trade balance, employment or unemployment lead to a change in the value of the currency. Positive changes in economic factors, respectively, lead to an increase in the exchange rate, and negative ones to its fall. The next factor that is taken into account by fundamental analysis is the financial sector of the country. Changes in the discount rate of the national bank or the volume of the gold on foreign exchange reserve lead to an increase or fall in the exchange rate. The internal or external unstable political situation of the country also always leads to instability of the exchange rate. Therefore, the data should always be taken into account. Fundamental analysis itself is a rather complex analysis, and it is better for beginners to avoid it at the initial stage, since it requires experience and consideration of many different factors, events within the state and the economy to understand it. But we are gathered here today to trade, and let's open an up trade for 1 minute with $300 in. And what we saw, on the one hand, the price of the chart have changed their position slightly. The growth is minimal, but at the same time, the signals from technical indicators have changed significantly. The main change, of course, occurred with the Arun indicator. Its blue line has grown very much and turned out to be above the level of 70, although before it was about 0. At the same time, the red line continued its decline and is below the level of 50. Such changes suggest an increase in the strength of the uptrend, and this is happening during a weakening of the downtrend. But the signal from the stochastic has also changed, though not so brightly but no less eloquently. Its lines have stopped the decline and unfolding now for growth. And again, the completion of the trade brings us $270. Moving on. So, despite the fact that fundamental analysis is a rather complex analysis, it can be used in conjunction with the technical analysis, since such an approach will give you a more complete understanding of the market situation. And in case of a wrong judgment from the point of view of macroeconomics, technical analysis will correct the forecast. The simplest example of trading using the fundamental is trading on news that can be viewed in the economic calendar. But trading on the basis of news alone will not always be true, since many news have a short-term impact, which is very difficult to use in binary option trading. Therefore, there are different methods of applying fundamental analysis, such as data comparison method, seasonal analysis, correlation of indicators, separation method. I will tell you a little about them. And so, the data comparison method. This approach involves comparing the same economic indicators of different states. For example, you can compare GDP data or interest rates to make a possible forecast for currency prices. You can use not only these data, but also any other important macroeconomic indicator, since they are universal indicators. Then, the seasonal analysis. This method can be applied not only to currencies, but also to commodity assets, such as oil, wheat, gas, and so on. Its essence lies in the fact that in certain months, the price on commodity markets can rise or fall, depending on the harvest, wheat, soybeans, sugar, the strengthening or weakening of production, oil, gas, and if we talk about currencies, the increase or consumption of certain goods can affect the country's economy. Holidays, holiday seasons, and thereby strengthen or weaken the currency of the state. Then, correlation of indicators. Such approach assumes not only the most important macroeconomic indicators, but also rather weak ones will be used to form a forecast and trade binary options. And when comparing all the data, it will be possible to see the correlation of some of them, which will give a possible understanding of the direction of the price. And finally, the separation method. Using it, the investor divides currencies into certain groups, and then calculates the indices of these groups. But this approach requires maximum professional training and a full understanding of the calculation being made. Meanwhile, I, having waited for the right moment, opened a down trade for 1 minute with $300 in. As I have already said, the M2 timeframe allows you to enter trades at the most favorable moments. Like for example now. After a certain decline, the price began to rebound from the local minimum and at the same time even increased relative to the moment of its opening. But this price behavior did not affect the indicator signals at all. On the contrary, the stochastic lines began an active decline, which, as you understand, indicates a possible decline in price. Even the blue line of the arrow rune did not move at all and continued its decline, but since its red line continued to decline, I did not receive a clear signal. But what is more important here is that here was definitely no signal for a price increase. And the trade did not disappoint us and brought us $261. We can move on. And I think you may be tormented by the question how to apply fundamental analysis in trading. I'll tell you, there are several ways to apply fundamental analysis to binary options. Some are suitable for quick trades, while others, on the contrary, are designed for medium-term or long-term trading. Let's open a down trade for 1 minute with $300 in and continue. Since the signals have not changed and remain exactly the same as in the last trade. And so, the simplest and the most popular option for applying the fundamental analysis of binary options is short-term news trading. As an example of such trading can be used the FOMC, Federal Open Market Committee statement. Almost always, the statements of this committee, which is subordinate to the US Federal Reserve System, are significant for the foreign exchange market and, in particular, for the Euro-US dollar currency pair. It is worth noting that buying options on the news should be with an expiration of 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the level of this very news. And my trade's coming to an end and brings another $271 profit. Tell me, was that difficult? This concludes the trading session and I'm ready to summarize its results. Today, we took our time to make $1,902 by opening 6 successful trades. It actually took 12 minutes. How do you like the result? And does it encourage you to make money? Follow me then, and it won't be long until you see the benefits. Apart from that, I covered the features of fundamental analysis and how you can make money on it in trading binary options. I wouldn't say this is the easiest type of market analysis, but if you're determined to figure it out, then you'll be a success. Yet, be ready to spend some time studying it. Now, do study trading, do go behind various strategies, and do make money on binary options. And then again, I keep saying that it is essential that you carefully assess the current market situation before entering a trade. By and large, I recommend you to use the indicators whose signals you can read, for this helps reduce the risk and make a profit in the long term. I would like to encourage you to keep trading binary options because, as we can see, the analysis techniques are super simple here. And before we say goodbye, in the description below the video you will find a link to my Telegram channel where you can ask me any questions you have. You will also find a link to my private Telegram channel there where I share my daily trading signals. And more, if you direct message me on my private Telegram channel, you will receive a personal link to PocketOption registration, which will give you a whopping 50% bonus to your deposit for free. Now, dear friends, this is a pretty nice offer. And I do hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for being with me all this time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like it, subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you don't miss a thing. That's about all for today. Good luck in the market. Take care, folks, and see you soon in the next video.